curve and, having somebody new and kind of, Hex learning the new system, things like that. There's a lot in place, right? And I mean, M80 is definitely a team where, again, like they didn't really have the best year. I feel like, again, there was a lot of prospect that they could. There was like a lot of ups or a few ups and probably a lot of downs on that kind of, outcomes for them. But this is where the biggest question really is if they can actually perform at a better state. Can they be able to do something quite magnificent in this? And now we're about to find out, like you said, in this best of three, and the first map is going to be on Anubis, and M80 will be able to start on this T side. So that's not even too bad at all, Paladin. That's a nice little bit of a start for these guys on a map like this.
Yeah, they'll absolutely need it. And then again, the way I want to structure this best of three is purely as a grounds for making M80 feel comfortable, but that's not how we start off this best of three. Honest and Marek just with a quick couple of kills, instantly ruining the default plan of both Swisher and Sin. KMZ just taps out Swisher. This might just be a flawless start for the CT side, and where I say that this should be a walk in the park for M80, maybe there are some trips up in the road here, Laz.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying, right? Is that, like, again, at the end of the day, like, you're playing the online qualifiers, this isn't going to be the easiest road. Like, you're playing some competition that, yeah, theoretically, like, on paper, you're probably levels above, right? Like, Outfit 49 is a team that played in advance, things like that, which is still a respectful division, but M80 have been able to play, international competition, the whole 9 yards. But, again, the online factor makes a huge difference. Not really having a lot of demo against a team like Outfit 49, it makes it a little bit problematic. And, I mean, honestly, the fact that they even won that opening round that convincingly definitely kind of raises an eyebrow here, because now M80, they're going to have their backs up a little bit more on this, going, you know what, okay, guys, we really got to clean things up. We got to make sure we can get things done nicely. And this is going to be a big commitment of a round, considering they didn't get the bomb down. They weren't able to find really too much, duels in their favor. So they got the techs, they got the armor ready to go.
Here we go, pop into the B bomb site, straight away pushing Honest back against the pillar, and he doesn't get anything. This puts all the pressure on Marek and KMZ. KMZ fighting for his life at the back of the bomb site, and he stands tall for two. And this is just pandemonium on the B bomb site. Eventually, as the dust settles, it's still a 2v1. 6 has arrived at the scene. But now the guns are recovered and armor is still there on these remaining T-sided players. Things get really dicey here, Laz.
Yeah, it's not good at all. I mean, this positioning actually could be pretty decent here. 6-6. So is going to be able to jump and actually get this kill. So now it's all down to Slacks on the 1v1. This is going to be an interesting position because, again, there is a kit that is available. Time is already halfway through. Now 6 is trying to be able to see what he can be able to find, but Slacks gets the better of him. Some really good reposition here from M80. They bounce back nicely to find that second round, which is really going to be a problem here for Outfit 49, considering their money situation is not looking the greatest. I mean, we're sitting at 2,900 for a few, 1,700 for some of the other players, so they're going to kind of just force up. And now they're going to be in a bit of a potentially double save here, which is not going to be great, Paladin. But honestly, for M80's sake, that's definitely going to be a little bit of sigh of relief just to be able to get themselves on the board at least.
Yeah, and I think that it shows that you've got a little bit of potency out of players like Hex who can open up bomb sites for you. Lake also chiming in there. And now we're right back into the thick of things. I mean, as a CT, if you lose that second round...
Yeah.
Things look absolutely dire in round number 3, and that's just that little bit of utility that they're using to get at least a main control, but Hex is going to vie for it. This is something that he can do pretty well, I'd say, but he gets ripped to shreds. 6-6 and Honest will chime back in, but their Swisher, old reliable, to get things back under control. 3 kills in favor of him, and they're going to try to bulldoze, bury their way into this A bomb site. An additional flash, and that's just the chemistry that's built between these 4 players. It's just KMZ left up in this one, 1v3. Wouldn't mind going for this, but no cash, no time, and more importantly, no weaponry to really fight this. Means that M80 should get away with a second here.
Yeah, they should. Definitely in theory, right? I mean, this is where KMZ... Again, just going to go for the exits, potentially maybe to, see if he can be able to find a bit of a timing on this, but M80 are in a prime position right now with the post plant. Should be an easy day at the office, theoretically, but he might be able to pick up one of these rifles. That'd be huge, and if he can escape with this, that's going to be really beneficial going into this following round. And that looks like, oh, he might actually commit to the fight. He does the aim punch. Oh, man, that is just got to feel awful. And now a new rifle going to be upgraded here for Swisher. And that's a really good round from him. He put up a multi-kill with the MAC-10, so he's able to grab some cash, and he's able to get multi-kills, you know, leading with a 5-2. So, I mean, if M80 really wanted, they could have an op-out, but they're not going to. They're going to just stay composed with the MAC-10 and Galil. Just complemented here with the AKs, and like we said, Outfit 49 now have to go for a really light purchase on this, so this is becoming a little bit more problematic, and M80 are now starting to get back in fighting form.
Yeah, already starting to see some of the ideas that they want to go with, and they want to go back to that signature style of being, you know, we want to take duels, we want to be that team that showcases that we've got the firepower to bulldoze through some rosters. And that was a bit of the worry that I had when I looked at them under certain matchups, when I would feel like they would shirk away from that style where you would be a bit more brazen on the server. They're going to try their hand at getting through this one cleanly, and they absolutely will. Hex, Swisher, and Lake just go churning through that CT defense. And now Outfit 49 will instantly get the guns out.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, for Outfit 49, there wasn't really much they could do in that situation. I mean, it's a decent idea of just like, look, let's pop flash to see if we get a timing on this. But yeah, it was a bit of a meat grinder. But now it's really the meat and potatoes in this round to see what could come into effect for round number 5, because now the rifles are finally out, like you alluded to. Lake's still going to equip here with a MAC-10, so he's going to try to keep that cash preserved as much as possible. He's going to see what he can get away with. This is where he's going to be the lead charge. This is where he should be one of those entry players to allow his teammates to get the trade if he gets taken down early. So now you can see that Outfit 49, they're going to kind of do the triple B setup on this, double and A. A good flash that's going to get caught onto 6 right now, so this is not going to be great, so he has to push back just a little bit. But the question will be, Paladin, I mean, this is where we see a lot of teams, especially on the CT side, they like to kind of refight for map control. This is where they take some time, but M80, they're doing a good job of just being active to make that not really the case right now for the CT side.
Yeah, pushed back are the CTs, and they don't even have retake utility. You're down a 2 flash and a smoke at a minute 5 on the clock. It's going to have to come down to some dry space taking, and KMZ and Honest want to go into the E-box to search for that. But they're going to be a little late to the party. Honest is actually continuing his foray into the E-box, and he gets caught up by Slacks. Nice little check back there from the German Opera, and M80 now have themselves 45 seconds. Still enough utility to take any part of the map as they please, and a man advantage. There's the flash through the smoke, pushes off another player on the angle. Lake will be there alongside Hex, getting that opener, and now this A bomb site is considerably under threat.
Yeah, that's a great, little bit of a counter flash here from KMZ, but again, it's just not enough. It's only 1 kill. Now 6 is going to be having himself a bit of a field day because he has to be able to get multi-kills, and unfortunately, he just gets picked apart. And now, Merit's just going to have to sit back and just kind of keep this gun, and honestly, probably worth it. You have the rifle, you have full armor on this, you're on a 1v4, it's just not looking likely. He doesn't even have a defuse kit, so even if you wanted to entertain the idea of a defuse, or like a bit of a ninja attempt, just not going to be the case at all. But M80, they're doing a great job, again, just getting this map control, really just kind of spreading thin the defense, and then they're just, these A executes have been clean. Like, there really hasn't been too many errors, and they're taking the time, they're not overextending, they're not playing these one-on-ones. So, honestly, despite, M80 going through a very fast roster change, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now, Paladin. I think so far it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, you're already seeing the potency of what Hex brings to the roster, and that's a little bit more bite on that A side to take an opening engagement and have that setup between Lake and Sin that can potentially trade your way into that A-bomb site. Something that, again, I don't think Rec necessarily brought as much. I definitely think his entering prowess dipped more so on that T side as he continued on this organization's books. But where he really shone, and where I want to see the improvement from Hext in his playmaking career, is showcasing his skills as an anchor. And we'll see if we really have to see that in this game with the way things are trending right now. But Hext is really getting his reps in on this A main side to start things out here.
Yeah, it's not like he has to hard carry or anything, right? You still pick up really good kills. It's really impactful. He's playing his part right now, and that's where, again, you and I were kind of just wondering, what is, Hex going to be able to bring to the table with this short of a notice of him, joining this team now. So it seems like right now, like you said, some differences we're seeing from him and Rec possibly, but it's looking not bad. He's put himself near the top of the scoreboard with a 5 and 4. Swisher actually leading this with a 6 and 2 from the MAC-10 round that he had a couple rounds ago. But now 4-1, and you can see M80, they're starting to put a little bit of an idea, a different one on this, and they're actually planning to go for the B hit this time. But Outfit 49, they're actually on the full rotate. Bezzy might be able to find the timing. This could be a huge backstab. He's going to trigger discipline this hard, but now he finally lets it slip. Oh no, it's just getting messy, and he falls down early, and now the AKs are just activated, finding kill after kill, and these CTs are just getting pulled apart once again, and it's all down to a 5-7 with a 1-on-3. Not a hope in hell he's going to be able to find it, and M80 continue on with the reign of terror.
Yeah, you think about the messy, chaotic style of that late round situation, and you think, okay, this favors the underdog. This favors, you know, throwing out the concepts of fundamentals. You just stick to your aim and you see if you can find some cheeky duels here and there. But that play from Bezzy, a little overzealous, a little nervy there. The player in the back dark there, that should be a kill on the A1S. Not able to convert either. And those are those kinds of round situations that you're going to want back if you're the CTs. We do get the AWP out for Bezzy finally now on this CT side. 0-5 to start things out, but a magnificent performance in the opening stages of stage 1. And we'll see if he can have some impact straight away, taking out the Danger Man of Hext here. But M80 are still pretty relentless here. They still want to go into this A-bomb site, or at least the execution suggests as much. And they'll try their hand regardless.
Yeah, they're actually just going to commit to this, and actually some really good trades back and forth we go for Alpha 49. So, I mean, you know, 6-6 has essentially been the only guy that's gone down, and right now putting themselves on the 4-on-2. So Sin and now Slacks, a tough task ahead of them, because right now they still got a minute left on the clock, but Slacks might be able to find the duel, possibly, but oh man, Bezzy catches his kneecap, and now you can see Slacks, he's still trying to press forward on this slowly. And now he's repositioned behind Broken Wall, misses the shot, so a little uncharacteristic now from what we've seen so far in round number 7. And now KMZ, perfect bit of a backstab. This round all over. Slacks now just getting overwhelmed here. From the front, from the back, everybody's just pushing onto him. He's a dead man. It's all about, unless he can hit these 4 shots with the bullet chamber, he finds us first, and the bomb's down, and now Paladin, he's just got to save it. He's just got to preserve the AWP, and he's just got to concede defeat.
And that's totally all right. I do like the idea there. Again, M80 playing like the overdogs, playing like the guys that should be cruising through this game every single day. And that's even if you lose the man advantage, you commit with the utility that you've deployed and believe in your second, third players in to still not only entry but trade as well. And this time around, Bezzy instantly gets that impact that you're looking for on that AWP, and you've got the trades available to engage as quickly as possible. So good work there from Outfit 49, standing the test and keeping up the man advantage for as long as possible. And now it's a question of building on that success. Of course, right now they're playing very reactionary. They're playing to whatever comes their way, hoping that they can respond to it. But eventually, they've got to set the tempo. That's what makes good Anubis CT sides, or any CT sides, successful, is staying active, finding ways to get map control, and pushing the Ts off of specific points of the map. And right now, I'm still not getting that completely from the CT side. Maybe a round like that, a round win like that could potentially push them in that direction, though.
Yeah, it does kind of make me wonder a little bit too, or, you know, a team like Outfit 49, maybe just like could there be a little bit of intimidation where they're playing a big dog now, like a team like M80? I don't know. We'll find out. Sin getting himself a nice... Oh, that's not even Sin that actually gets the duel, actually. That's really nice from Lake, but a good pop flash, good utility work we get to see here from M80. And that's going to allow them to be able to take down the op now from the CT side. So that's a huge, huge pickup. And now leaving Mayor by himself here in E-box, so he's kind of just sitting in B by himself. His teammates have kind of leaned a bit more on this mid and A control, expecting that to be the plan of attack. But M80, they're doing a great job, again, just pushing these guys back, keeping them on the guessing game.
Well, the great part is now that the AWP is gone, you can legitimately just plant Sin in the middle of the map and keep him there. Just keep a vacuum of CT players down in that middle position. And now he's got an easy route to potentially wrap as well. 30 seconds left on the clock. Slacks kills the anchor, and it's all up to Marek, who doesn't have a hope in hell in this situation. I mean, the rotation is cut off from Sin, but Marek actually valiantly fights from the E-box. Surprised that he gets 2 in that circumstance, but either way, the strategy is just too powerful to overcome, and the firepower even more so, leaving 6-6 in an impossible 1v3. He's got a flash, he's got a little bit of a timing here, but he's got to wait for this smoke to fade, and that's where Sin and Hex can pounce. Sin does go down, and there's the trade inevitably from Hex. So 6-2 reads the score, and M80 bounce immediately back, and as you can see, it doesn't necessarily leave the CT side in a beautiful situation economically.
Yeah, and that's always the nightmare, right? Because, I mean, a map like this, we always know that, you know, the T side is just so strong. But again, like when the CT side, when you can't get these rounds in motion, the money just doesn't really flow that nicely. It's just a bad time. And right now, I agree with you. I think Outfit 49, they haven't really done a whole lot to, like, do these surprise attacks or really tried to catch M80 off guard. They're the ones that are, like, again, reacting. Like you said, I think that was the perfect, you know, a bit of analysis to it, because that's exactly what it is. This might be a time where we see it. If they're actually going to swing for this, they go for the pop flash. Now Swisher is going to get tested, but he does get the better of it. And now, oh man, he finds himself another kill. And he is just absolutely farming right now with the triple kill. So not bad at all. And this is already looking like Outfit 49 might be hitting the dusty trail in this one for round number 9, as they only got an MP9 and Deagle to keep them alive.
I will say the other point of analysis that I would have when I say I want to study when I watch M80 games at this point is, yes, you've got the Hex Rex switch up, but I think for a lot of people, the community backing was, when is Swisher going to change his fortune? Is he going to bounce back after the tough season that he had not too long ago? And obviously, this is a great start for him, and you want to imagine that he can have a couple more pick-me-up games as far as the season goes and see if he can reclaim that old form. Can he be that prodigy that NA was kind of upholding for quite some time with his time on Bad News Bears? He's definitely got the potential to do so, but it's been a long time since I've seen that from him at the international stage, and hopefully these domestic qualifiers can kind of get him back up to speed.
Well, I definitely agree, and now another big round indeed here for Outfit 49. Round number 10, so rounds are getting a little bit less and less here, but the AWP is going to be back out here for Bezzy. Full M4s. Not an A4 in sight, actually, surprisingly enough. They're all going to be A1s, but now, I mean, the question really is if Outfit 49 are going to be able to find any sort of, you know, additional rounds that they can, you know, maybe find the 7-4, just something, and at least to get that T side looking a lot better. Because from what we've seen of them so far, like, I mean, definitely around like a 37% win rate on the T side on this map, so it just has not really been the greatest considering, you know, who they've played so far on this map in their history. But maybe Lake find a good timing on this, and actually Mayor's gonna be able to find a swing, and Lake does get this kill. It's a bit labored, but at least he gets the trade back, so it's still to 4-4 now. Now Mayor's trying to push through a little bit onto this, maybe to find the timing, but no. Slacks is gonna be able to just make full connection here with the AWP, and M80 once again, they're sitting in the man advantage.
Yeah, I like the work there, the proactivity from Merrick, but it's the lack of effort from his teammates to help him get out. He's stranded there in that kind of circumstance that he will get traded. That is just the caliber of player that is on the other side of the server. And now they've got to deal with this 4-on-3 with 45 seconds left. And again, no smokes, no anti-rush protocols available. The one smoke that was there from KMZ has just been deployed on a B main, and essentially it's useless. It's the A split that is on the cards here for M80. And luckily Bezzy and 6-6 are here. And with the lack of time, perhaps this could be the chance for Bezzy to strike, but with 6-6 going down, it's all on a Bezzy here. Bezzy still nailed the flick. He finds another shot. Bezzy's having himself a little bit of a round, but Hex still has a chance. He still has a chance with KMZs for the trade. What a round there from Bezzy, and there's the impact that you're looking for from the AWP.
Yeah, not bad at all, honestly, and that's where you were kind of making the comments originally about, you know, at the desk saying, like, Bezzy was definitely a guy that was putting up some big numbers, and that's what I was kind of wondering. Can we still see that performance? And it looks like, you know, little glimpse there. He puts up a multi-kill, you know, putting that around into their favor, so not bad at all. So the AWP is still in rotation, but they need to be able to find more than just that to get themselves a little bit closer here for this first half of map number 1, but M80 are going to get another crack at this. They're going to have full AKs with Slacks here with the AWP as well. KMZ looking for the pop flash for Bezzy to possibly go for the swing on this, or looking to maybe be able to find that opening duel. But look, M80 are close. That pop flash is perfect once again. Swisher finds the flash, allows Lake to get that entry, and now Outfit 49, they've kind of lost, you know, their big player, their Hercules, if you will. Now everybody is just tumbling down to the grave, and now Lake just needs to be able to find this trade back. And you can see that Hex is trying to get the backstab, but this is looking like Outfit 49. They're going to the grave.
Fundamentals look really good here from M80, man. I mean, the pop flash is great. It's been dealing with that mid-presence time in and time out, but it's that little bit of a stutter step that Lake does. He doesn't overshoot it once he goes to the middle there and trying to swing in a camera early. He waits for Hex to get a little bit more damage in the backside and then fights from ahead, basically pincering in that camera player. Again, leaves Marek, who's been valiant on the E-box side, now has to clutch up in a 1-on-3, and unfortunately doesn't really have much surprise factor here, and doesn't have enough low HP bars to deal with either. That he's gonna tuck tail, move back on over, gets the kill on the Swisher, but it's 8 rounds the good for M80, and they should be looking pretty to notch themselves in 9th with the way the money looks right now. And I'm already liking the ideas that M80 have in motion here on that A end.
Yeah, I think the really good point you brought up originally too is the fact of just like the protocols are so clean, right? I was kind of, you know, putting a lot of criticism here for M80 to say like, okay, how good is this going to look? Like, have you guys been able to get some good practice? Clearly that's the case. These guys look like everything they're doing, they're able to fight for the map control they want. They're doing it pretty convincingly. Like, there really hasn't been too much of a challenge here from Outfit 49. Everything just seems like if they want to go A, they get it. If they want to go B, they'll get it. They want to fight the upper and mid? Sure, why not? So it's been looking good. And this is where Outfit 49, unfortunately, they've been scratching their heads just like, I don't know what we can do differently. This is a problem, though. Like, they can't even get this trade, and allowing Lake to be able to find a double kill like that, maybe even a triple here, where they're trying to go for the one-on-one engagement. This is not the situation you should be in. This is where both players either need to commit to this fight or they got to back off. And now you can see they might look like they're going to try to time this at the same time, but Lake, look at what he's single-handedly able to do by himself. And now you can see that 6-6 just runs into a bear trap and he gets caught in it. And now this round, it's got to be over.
Yeah, there's the caliber of opponent that Outfit 49 have to deal with, right? And it's just the prestige that Lake brings to this server. So much good work there, and Swisher will cap it off with a 9-round haul on this offense. We'll take a little bit of a ad break here before we come back to see if M80 can clean this one off nice and easy.
Lately, I feel I can't find my feet. Pushing closer, my heart skips a beat, and now I'm falling deeper than I fly. I can't control when dark against the sky. It's not so black and white. It's like I told him. There's things that I can't fight. I just keep going.
All right, and we're finally back ready to go. So the first half, 9-3, and M80 again showcasing us a very strong T-stop. And now I guess another question we have here, Paladin, is can they seal the deal on CT side? Or maybe has Outfit 49 got something up the sleeve to make things a little bit more interesting here for map number 1?
Don't think they've got enough in the tank, but I'd love to be proven wrong here, Laz. It's a 3-player stack on this B bomb site, hexed alone with dual Berettas, but it's this first contact from Slacks and Swisher that'll have to do all the heavy lifting, and it absolutely does. Lake there chiming in with a couple of his own. It's all up to the big man Bezzy, but he can't do anything. His counterpart in Slacks sits 13-3 to start off this opening map of the series, and they look peachy keen to just cruise through.
Yeah, they're definitely peachy keen, man, and they're really just, again, showcasing us a masterclass here, and that's kind of what we were expecting in this situation, saying, like, look, on paper, definitely the stronger team. It was more like, you know, can they handle some pressure of an underdog? You know, playing online, is that going to be any problems? Obviously not looking like the case right now, so finding the opening round, definitely going to make things a lot better. Job's not done yet, though, but you can see that Outfit 49, they're going to go all deagles on this one, so they're going to try to see if the silver bullet might be able to find a connection, but this is going to be grasping up some straws here, Paladin. This is going to be a tough round for them.
Yeah, you can say that again. I mean, no util across the board. It is essentially just down to those deagles. And nobody offering up really anything. And this is that proactivity that I'm looking for, at least from the Outfit 49 side, but now Marek has got to deal with a fistful of lead. Torn to shreds on that MP9. And now, another contact play coming in through the other way. Pixel gap here from Sid. Catches out Bezzy. And they know that mid has fallen at this point, that backs can be turned and players can be spotted. Bezzy's gotten all the way up into the CT spawn. However, there's nobody to greet them, and that's the main issue. They want to take the engagement, they want to catch back's turn, and they're just losing bodies as time passes, and that just makes things go from bad to worse. It's unfortunate that Bezzy has not been able to find anything, and once he does see a body, he's got his knife out. Nightmare scenario there for Outfit 49, but at least he'll have guns in the next.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, that was a decent attempt from Bezzy, but unfortunately just the timing just was not there for him. But now it's all down to this, right? I mean, the big gun round here for Outfit 49, they're going to have the AKs. The Galil looks like it might even be here for KMZ, but they need some utility, right? And you can see that there's a little bit of a lighter purchase on this. Everything's spent, so this round is so important right now for Outfit 49 to keep them chances alive here in this first map. But right now for M80, they're definitely sitting pretty. They're looking good on this. Good nade already making a decent amount of connection onto KMZ, so he's already taken so much damage. And already now, Outfit 49 looking like they're getting a little bit bullied on this one here, Paladin, and you can tell that there's a lot of nerves on this. Nobody's really able to fight for anything. They all kind of just seem like they're posting up and hoping that M80 just carelessly go for a swing.
No, but there's a real rhyme and reason to them taking pieces of map control. They're not going to do it willy-nilly. And now again, Hex spots out just a little bit of shoulder from Bezzy, drops a smoke over, always has a second line of defense over from the middle of the map if they need it. And it might just be a double pump here from Outfit 49 as they want to still re-engage on this AN, but M80 are actually leaving the scene. They're having that third rotation of Slacks move back on over. And now Hex has got to deal with the majority of this, and he takes a shoulder peek and just straight up dies. Now Sin gets nothing, and this is the first real formulated round from Outfit 49 to get their fourth on the board.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. It's just like this really does feel like the one round in this entire, first map that feels like Outfit 49 have actually been able to showcase us something, you know, with a bit of coordination and a little bit more confidence too, right? And a decent take. It wasn't really anything too flashy, but at least it works. And it looked like M80 were a little bit caught off guard with the timing. You could even see that Sin was trying to throw the little bit of a smoke to allow him some extra room to breathe, but it just wasn't the case at all. And now these guys are just going to have to save these guns. So you can see that Outfit 49 are also trying to look for the hunt on this, potentially. Slowly and surely. M80 though. Lake looks like he wants to get this jump so bad. Ball flash gonna get thrown. Oh man, it's a bit of a firing range, and I don't know. They actually lose out on that situation, but at least they can take an MP9 away, I guess.
Yeah, not the best situation there for M80, but also be able to purchase as much as possible into this one. And for Outfit 49, it's just going to be continued round after round with their backs against the wall.
Yeah, decent name against Slacks. Molly that's going to be able to flush this player out. Lake, yeah, so he's going to have to pull back on this one as well. So Outfit 49 once again getting some good control on this. Slowly and surely. M80 now kind of again putting a bit more of a leniency on this B side. The bomb hasn't even committed really yet here from Outfit 49, so they're kind of still, again, evaluating their options and trying to see what they can get away with on this. Nice little bit of a pop of the smoke, trying to see what they can. Lake, he might get timing on this actually. Oh yeah, Honest is going to be able to find easily, so it just takes his head away. Swisher with a nice trade back though. But this is where they need to keep their bodies alive on this. And choice cues have been made. And Outfit 49 might have the jig that they're there, but they're still going to commit to this fight. This is so surprising now. And Bezzy, the single-handed hero here, he's been able to do some good work, but he just can't find more than one kill.
Just flawless fundamentals there from M80, but this is where things might get a little unruly. 6-6 needed that one. A freebie, a kill on a silver platter with the bomb on his back. That's a free A bomb site and a 1v1 that he probably could have won, but now things go from bad to worse as he has no idea where the final CT has gone off to, and Sin will pop his head up from the beaches, get themselves map point, and that's one of those rounds that had to be converted by 6-6, and where the nerves probably get to you. You look at, you know, you press tab, you look at the names on the server, and you start to get a little worried.
Yeah, no kidding at all. And again, there's a lot of room here that is available for M80. You know, if they can't really find this, you know, secondary round, I mean, there's still plenty that they can work with to get the job done. But Outfit 49 now, it's a long road ahead here. Molly's going to get thrown in front of A-Main just in case, you know, M80 were looking to go for a swing. Not going to be the case at all. But you got the Famasses out, you got the MP9 out, and Slacks a nice bit of a kill, takes down Bezzy, and look at that, able to capitalize on a secondary kill. So Outfit 49, Paladin, this is looking like it could be the end here. They just haven't really been able to find much except for Honest. He's able to eat up a double kill.
Yeah, he's hitting the refrag. That's a beautiful little spray transfer there. Real root back in, potentially here for Outfit 49, as Marek has a chance at punishing from the Slurk side, but he's mollied off. He gets pushed back into the A site, and now they continue to constrict on the first letter of the alphabet, and this kill from Sin, or on Sin, does mean KMD has a little bit of a chance, but Swisher is there, jumping MP9 kill in middle, and then another one to finish it off there on the A bomb site. 13-4 reads the scoreline, and it is a business as usual. Hex first outing on this team looks splendid, and they look on par to just go cruising into that next round of play.
Yeah, no doubt about it at all. And honestly, really good work from M80. They just clean it up pretty nicely. You know, there was a lot of questions about what they're going to be able to do. You know, could this be a little bit closer? But honestly, what are we going to get differently? What is going to be different than what we saw in Anubis? And hopefully, maybe now this little bit of a break they had is going to allow them to kind of get themselves in fighting form here. Otherwise, it just might be all over, right? And it could be a 2-0 here for M80, and they continue on through the qualifier.
Yeah, I think that for them, this is a learning curve type situation. You're dealt with beating the likes of a Mythic, who, for all intents and purposes, right now are an advanced team, and I think in this case, you just learn from it. You go back to advanced next season, and you show what you're made of. After learning from a series like this, but hanging around for as long as possible, pushing this to a third map, now that would be the stuff of dreams. Six tries to go aggressive alongside Marek, and they go 1-for-1. They'll continue to fight though, Marek, and that is the icing on the cake there. Now, how does he get away? The answer is he doesn't. 3v3 now as the dust settles, and it's an entire gamble from the CT side onto this A-bomb site.
Yeah, it really is, but really good shots that, come through for Alpha 49. Like you said, that was really, really needed because it was looking like M80 putting themselves in a man advantage that early was a little bit scary. But now we're with a 3-3 situation. You can see that even, I think Bezzy's the one that's kind of leaning towards this B side. He's just going to anchor this. The other two players now going to commit to this A side. Now allowing the question about, does Sin want to kind of poke and prod a little bit of B? They have just under that minute remaining that he could do this. And you can see the bomb is just kind of, again, waiting things out in apartments. Nothing really committed to this. This nade, he could really maybe bite a little bit of a rotation, or an over-rotation, potentially. We'll see. And already looking like they do. Oh, boy. Hook, line, and sinker, Paladin. This is not good. Now the positioning's caught off guard. He doesn't even go for the shot because he just knows. And now Outfit 49, they have to refight for control, which is so problematic considering they were there. They were ready.
Yeah, and unfortunately that just comes with the nature of how M80 been playing this straightforward T side, especially on Anubis. They're thinking that when there is utility, there is a commitment. But this time around, Sin throws a little bit of a spanner of the works, and look at Lake go to work. Gets an instant headshot into a conversion onto KMZ. Pushes Honest and Bezzy back with that flashbang and decapitates two more from the German IGL. So, an instant pistol round win instantly puts in doubts in Outfit 49's minds as we start to weave this T side together, and honestly just really causes some concerns off the rip.
Yeah, it really does, right? And it feels like we're being like so cynical about it too, just because it's the first round. We're like, yeah, it's already looking bad. But that's the thing we were talking about is, this map is going to be so technical, and for a team like Outfit 49, we just really haven't been able to see them showcase, them being in this position right now, and just being kind of candid about it, right, or just being truthful, because you are going against a very good opponent of M80. Now they're going to go for the big Astral stack. Oh man, and I'm pretty sure Lake saw this. Clearly he must have. So now the bomb should be able to retreat back. They can group up towards this A side. You can see up to 49. They still are going to commit to it anyways. And even M80, they're still trying to bring a little bit of a gunfight to this. This is a little bit interesting. The Deagle does make a good connection though.
Yeah, that's a nice kill from Marek, but unfortunately there was another feeler of Hext on that end as well. That he'll go peering into this A-bomb site, and again, just these extremity players are doing a lot of great work in finding that necessary information. Slacks will report back on over. Sin is here as well. That bomb goes down, and I mean, if I'm Outfit 49, I'm probably playing for exits there. I try to recover a gun. Obviously, you saw on your screens there that Slacks threw out the SMG. So, as long as they can box them in at some point here on this A site, perhaps they can nab away a Galil. There is some potency to that gun, although a lot of people do not like it.
Yeah, Deagle picked up with the smoke, not bad at all, but again, again, finding these exits might be good, but Slacks is just a bit too quick with it, and now, yeah, 6-6 is by himself here. Not much to really showcase on this one. An M80, again, keeping 3 alive, getting the bomb down. That's going to be some extra cash in the bank. So this is looking to be really nice here for the T side. 5,200 sitting right now for Lake. And, I don't know if there's really any point for them to have to go for the AWP on the T side. I don't know if that's really necessary at this point, Paladin, unless you disagree. But I just feel like it'd be better to keep the 5 rifles and just kind of go that mode and play the trades.
Yeah, I think that is totally fine at this point. And, the CT side do not opt in for a glass cannon. Not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but, I mean, you'd notice how much impact that Bezzy could add to the server straight away once he did have that sniper on the server. And you'd like to have him involved here, but not to be. Instead, utility tossed in on the car, not necessarily getting the result they wanted. And with that, fearlessness from Lake as he just moseys on up, and they're going to continue their route all the way up. As soon as Bentley shows his face, he might just get his head ripped clean off. Instead, it's Marek from the back of the site that'll show his face first. Swisher pushed all the way in the pool, catches him completely off guard though. Another flash makes even matters worse. Swisher's having himself a bit of a round. And M80 should have themselves this nice 3v3 post where things should be in their favor. No kit involved either. So by the time these A players come back in, KMZ must have had to do a lot of heavy lifting already. But Swisher wisely backs away. And that should be enough of a stall factor here in this one.
Yeah, looks like they're still trying to commit to this too, so good utility work, and now all of a sudden Swisher down the slacks by himself. He might be able to. Diffuse coming in again. He has to be able to find this kill, and oh man, he just can't seem to find it. Should have enough time here, and he can be able to find that diffuse. They're going to get on the board, but man, oh man, I thought M80 should have had that, but I think the positioning just with that 1 or 2 seconds there was just a little bit off guard, and really nice work from Outfit 49. I think M80 thought that probably was going to be a save, but nice pop flash that came over to water that just allowed them to find that 1-2 combination.
Yeah, a bit odd there. They smoke off coffins there, and a flash comes through, and you've got a player looking at the smoke in that circumstance where you should be trying to trade the pool player, and instead it's favorable trades to go the CT side's way. They do it without a kit impressively enough. A very unlikely retake to come from that circumstance, but those are the kinds of rounds that you want to notch on your favor if you are the underdog. Puts a little bit more pressure to button up if you're the T side. Instant duels coming up for both Hext and Swisher. Hext opens things up himself. And they don't have to continue to press the issue. They can force players like Six to go a little bit more aggressive. Oh, a barrel spotted and actually just catches Hext off guard, thinking that he would continue there. Flash in, and Hex stays relentless in the apartments, but the damage is already done. 5v4 retained, and more importantly, now a fight for Car as well. Lake wins that out beautifully. Messi will try fighting as well, and that's the B site lost instantly. And now M80 should have themselves that third round under lock and key.
Yeah, they really should. Again, it looks like you'll be able to find some of these kills, but even then, it's just not going to be possible. Hex is just playing a really good lurk. He's just kind of, going for these individual fights. Should actually be able to maybe find some damage here, but he can't. But yeah, M80 doing a great job again, that coordination. 466, man. This is going to get caught in the reload, and there we go. The 3-1 is going to be obtained here for M80. It's looking like, honestly, a normal day in the office for these guys. It doesn't look like they're really breaking too much of a sweat. So things are looking good, but right now for Outfit 49, you're in the situation where money is just all over the place and critically low. 1600, 1950, like this is just not a good position to be in. This is where, I feel like Paladin, we should see like some sort of a stack or maybe just a bit of a gamble swing eventually, like a timed one with the flash, maybe that's purchase here for KMZ. They got to do something now. They got to try something a little bit adventurous considering they don't have much invested in this round.
No, not much at all. It's really damage control at this point. What? Straight flash up into the balcony. Or the apartments, rather. Nade's already doing their hefty bit of damage here on the sandbags. And should be, again, nice round setup for M80 when you're winning car control. You're winning brackets for the most part, or at least you're feigning enough presence to have brackets in your own side. And with how much work Hex is putting up in the apartments, it's just a stranglehold so far here on T-side Inferno. Re-smoke, nade up, and here comes the B face. Alright, go push the smoke, he'll die. And even though a dink comes out for Bezzy, it's not enough. Just Honest left up. See what bit he can chew off. And it's nothing.
You didn't even ask my question. I was like, do you believe in Honest? I believe in him. But no, I'm just kidding. Man, it's tough. You're going to have a tough time. But honestly, a retake like that, a Deagle, I don't even think he had utility, like nothing, right? 1 on 5. He was just looking hopefully for a kill, maybe 2. He can, get a gun, find himself to run away with it. But anyways, we talk about running away, and M80 right now, honestly, are running away with this game. It's a 4-1, but it just feels like everything they're going for, it's working. It just feels like the stars are aligned right now for these guys. They're finally going to get tested a little bit here now. The AWP leader for Bezzy with, once again, triple player setup from the defense and B side, but KMZ has already taken some big damage. I mean, this utility alone is able to find him, and even now, Swisher gets a little bit cheeky. He finds some more damage inflicted against here for Honest, and now this is just kind of shooting through walls, shooting through the smokes. Everybody's just spamming away, and they're just doing tons of damage. And 6-6 finally can get the opening duel for the CT side, and that's something they really, really needed.
Yeah, I like the focus there on Banana, and 6-6 having the presence of mind to be a little bit more brazen. And why not? You know, you don't have anything to lose here in this kind of a matchup. Play a little bit more unorthodox. Play a little bit more gung-ho. And that's them an opening kill that could be massive. Anti-flash here from 6-6, but as soon as Swisher walks all the way up, he gets hit with the face full of lead, and now things get hot under the collar for Bezzy. He has to put up a nuclear performance here, peering into the apartments, and he'll find his first man. Has a chance to cock back that gun once more, but misses a shot. Luckily, Honest is here at the crime scene, and once Bezzy misses another shot, though, that's going to be his demise. Bomb plant through 2v2. Still a chance for the CTs, but this is where you swing back into the T's favor.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, right now there is still double flash and a smoke available right now for the CT side. So this is important because if they can get the smoke to be able to block, you know, one of the corridors, they might be able to find this duel. You can see though that Sin's actually playing this very aggressively. He's trying to play just in between these smokes, just barely. The small player to jump on this. Oh my goodness! Now he gets just eaten alive on this smoke. So now it's all down to Slacks. The German player now needs to be able to find this double kill. Both players critically low. Finds the one, but cannot find the second. And now Outfit 49. They don't even have time. They don't even have the defuse kit, and they got to run away again.
Yeah, Slacks just clipping a player through the box essentially wins the round straight away because of lack of time, lack of kit. It's just been such an unruly purchase after unruly purchase for Outfit 49 that they can't even afford it. M80 continue just smashing their way through. And unfortunately, when you don't have any sort of momentum, having to build that up against a favorite like M80 is always going to be difficult. Like, it's a team that, you know, their style is the one where they want to fight you. They want to kind of hit you with as much force as they have. And if you can't pass that first line of defense, you're screwed.
That's exactly it. Yeah, Hex is having himself a good little bit of work here too. That flash from Swisher, just look at how well like just gets popped. 6-6 had no sights at all. He was just blind as a bat. And now everybody's just falling apart. A 5-on-3, no damage inflicted against M80 pretty much at all. Lake down to 97 really, but this Molly's gonna be able to flush out this one player. This is now gonna be a problem. He has to swing this fight. He has to commit to the duel, which he just runs into 3. This round 7 is already looking like it is M80 for the taking, and just they can't even get a shot back on this paladin. It just again feels like everything is just going against them, and the cards are just not going in their favor. And M80 now putting themselves on a 6th round, already going to round number 8. It's looking pretty good.
It's very weird that a player is still not able to buy all the bells and whistles. Marek on 3,900 on max loss bonus. I do think the way that they're handling their finances is just a bit too lax for my liking, especially when you're this far in the hole. Why not have all the bells and whistles? Have more kits, have more flashes, have more mollies. Instead, you've got one incendiary to start things off, and to consider that enough to last on the banana side of things, it's not enough at this level. And it makes matters worse. KMZ opts in for the double up and gets smashed by Slacks.
Nice little bit of a pop flash, and oh man, and Lake's just able to get the turn off on this, so nicely done. But I was thinking, I like the idea that Outfit 49 are trying, right? They're just trying to fix things up a little bit, but I don't know if I love just the one player swing on that. It would have been nice to see like maybe a bit of a cheekier setup, you know, something a little bit different, because now you're putting a lot of reliance here for Bezzy to be able to find double kills with this M4. He finds this first. Molly might be able to save him a little bit of time. And M80, they don't even have to commit to this plan at all, because you can see Hex, if he finds this kill, this is a free open site, and he should be able to get it, and there it is. That's the opening they needed, and Outfit 49 right back to where they started. They're out of position, they're on the rotate, they have to go for a full sprint onto this situation, and honestly, Paladin, I feel like they just got to save these guns. There's just no reason for them to even attempt this.
Yeah, you absolutely do, and it's that head-to-head between 6-6 and Hex that has been so lopsided right now, and you're starting to get Swisher frisky on the outsides of the A-bomb side. Bezzy will head for the hills, but he's not getting out alive. Already slacks on his tail, already posted up, and Bezzy gets eviscerated. M80 climb up to 7 rounds, and this one's not even a contest. It's even less of a contest than that of Anubis.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were saying, right? Like, you know, if it was difficulty, you know, getting quite a few rounds on for Outfit 49 on Anubis, and right now, I may be going for this pick. It just, there's a reason why, you know, 7-1. And even the round they lost was, you know, not that big of a deal here. I mean, it wasn't that close. So, like, you know, if M80 can be able to find themselves, you know, like an extra 1 or 2, I mean, man, they are just going to be such a good all right now, just because that CT side will be so much better for them. I was kind of thinking that Outfit 49 maybe being on the CT side would have been able to mix something around, but they're just kind of playing the standard setup. They don't really seem to have anything innovative. They don't seem to have anything to be able to catch M80 off guard at all, and you can just see, like, the bodies just hit the floor once again, and now you're down to a deagle 9 remaining. And all of a sudden, yeah, there's a kill that goes for Hex, but it's not really too much. An AK's grabbed up, which is nice, but now you've left this B site completely open. Nobody's there. Nobody's there to hold on to this vacancy, so it's a free site.
Free site indeed. And when you cut off one head on one end, there's always going to be 2, 3 more on the other end. And that's the real issue here for Outfit 49, as there's not enough diversity in the setups. There's not enough creativity there either. You do just have to rely on the head-to-heads. And when that comes for them, they're not getting the success rate that they're hoping for. It's just one-way traffic for M80 at this point. Beautiful little flash there. Lake has spotted him. Merrick will convert. So it should be 2 rifles recoverable here. That Molotov is actually really well placed. They should still be able to recover that gun, though. And they absolutely will. So, a little bit of a silver lining here for the CT side, but not much when you look up at the top of your screens and you read the score.
Yeah, that's exactly it, too, right? It's like, oh, okay, this is not a bad situation. Yeah, you get some AKs. Not bad at all. But look, I mean, we're already in round number 10. You know, now this is about them finding just, you know, just a few more rounds, something to work on this T side, because this is going to be tough, right? I mean, a T-side Inferno is definitely not easy for any team, right? I mean, you have to show a lot of that coordination, utility work. We haven't really been shown that from this team of Outfit 49 yet, but 6-6 is actually going to full send it. He's just going to go right down middle. He's going to see if he can get a little bit cheeky with that kill, but Slacks is still able to get this kill. He's blind, and he still wins the duel. Now going to be able to pop open the smoke. I thought M80 maybe wanted to go for that bit of a swing, but they do decide to play it a little bit more patient and conservative. But again, these opening duels, just left, right, and center for M80, they just keep winning it time and time again.
Looks real good here for M80 again. And losing your apartments, your dedicated apartments player, makes things even worse. KMZ tries his hand and just gets out-jiggled by Swisher. Swisher will continue his efforts, though, and that gives Bezzy a chance to find a multi. And he absolutely will. Chance as he drops back down to the truck to make things possible, and a collateral connects for Bezzy, and he'll do it all. Quad kill there for the young Ukrainian opper. And they finally got a lifeline.
Yeah, finally. That's probably the key word out of that whole thing. It's so true, but honestly, love seeing when Bezzy's able to give us a little bit of a highlight reel. I mean, we saw that a little bit on Anubis. We finally get here on Inferno, but, you know, it had to go all the way to round number 10 for that to happen. But, I mean, look, if we can see an 8-4 half, I mean, again, for Outfit 49, that would be great. I mean, that'd be a way for them just to be able to, you know, when they were getting, you know, hit and bruised on this, they were able to, you know, still fight back a little bit. So, Bezzy getting that off is definitely important. Lake's taking a lot of damage, and I think there's a bit of a miscomm because he's kind of looking behind him like, where's my smoke? Who's going to extinguish this thing? And now he's down to 4, so maybe a little bit of a miscomm, a little bit of a misplay here from M80. But we'll have to find out. I mean, even if Hex is being able to find this lurk kill, because there's a double player in mid, he might be able to find the perfect timing on this. If he goes for this swing paladin, he might be able to actually just single-handedly open up this A side, only leaving it to 6-6 by himself for it.
Yeah, you'd think, but Hex doesn't pull the trigger. In fact, he just wants to hold on to the information instead. He'll jiggle, and he'll spot KMZ, which gives a lot of time here for Outfit 49 to potentially respond. Late gets smashed by the nade, and Honest will fight right behind it. This is a little bit more like it for the CT side. Hex head spotted and dealt with. 6-6 now also finding a bit more impact. Leaving it to Slacks and Sin in the 2v4. The Germans trying to dance with the CT side. And Slacks will go slithering through that smoke, punished by KMZ, leaving it all onto the captain. And with that smoke trajectory, they should know where he is. And now it's just a matter of time. Sin's got to get a move on here. See if he can dislodge the side anchor. With 20 seconds left on the clock, I don't think he's got much more of a chance in hell here.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Sin. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, maybe if he could be able to find these one-on-one engagements quickly, maybe he might have enough time to go for that, you know, a little bit of a duel, but not going to be the case. Last round of this first half is going to come through, so now the AWP is still into play right now here for Outfit 49, and we're going to see that Cash is looking a little bit more tight in the sense that they can't really go for the AWP. They're just going to have the AKs, but they got lots of utility here, Paladin, so they're still sitting very, very good, but everything's going to be spent. Every dollar is done. We're here for round number 12, and now the question is, if Outfit 49, can they be able to find themselves something for a fourth round, maybe? A little bit of a stall here in this mid push, and oh man, that does delay 6-6, and actually Swisher gets an easy 1-2, and this is what we were kind of talking about, the coordination from Outfit 49, it is just not up to par, the same as what we talk about for a team like M80.
Yeah, the flash is just not hitting the deep smoke a little too deep, I'd say. And you don't have an incendiary for underpass, so you're not really causing any commotion for any of the T-sided players. And that's the result you get. A free 5v3 over to Swisher. And now M80 have their eyes set on this B bomb site, at least for the time being. They can essentially toss in another volley of util and make Marek's life a living nightmare.
Yeah, this is not going to be good at all. Just him by himself and a nice little bit of a pop flash maybe, but again, nobody's going to go for the swing. There's no reason to. Now M80 ready to go for the full exec onto this. Nade's getting thrown. This is a lot to ask out of your player here for Outfit 49. He has to single-handedly lock this thing down. See, he's just tucked right behind oranges. Goes for the picking, but unfortunately he can't seem to find any of the fruit. And now M80 get themselves an opening site, an easy site, leaving it just down to Honest and Bezzy by themselves now for the 2-on-5 nonetheless. Molly's going to get thrown. Bezzy's just hoping he's going to be able to find some kind of activation here with the AWP. But M80, if they can just play the numbers here, this has got to be the 9th round up for them, up for grabs, surely. And utility is lackluster. It is depleted here from the CT side. Waiting things out as much as possible. The timer is already less than half. This is not looking good. They have to make a play now. They have to do something. Oh, maybe that gets the collat. Almost does. Does lots of damage. But M80, they're going to be able to find this 9th round. We're going to take that little bit of a break and get ready for the second. We'll see you in a bit.
Lately, I feel I can't find my feet, pushing closer.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Ready to go here. Second map in the second half right now for Inferno, and M80 are already sitting themselves in a prime position to potentially continue on the reign of terror here for the EPL qualifiers, and joined here with Paladin. Ready to go, and M80 now sitting at a 9-3 in Paladin. I mean, it's looking like this could be an easy showing here for these guys.
Yeah, you had a little bit of a sign of life out of Outfit 49, but it did feel like M80 were just getting a bit more overzealous, and something that I could very much rein in. And when you're hitting shots like that, things look mighty fine. Slacks putting things up here, and Lake just going charging down Banana. They're stuck in T apps right now, Laz. That's the situation at hand.
Yeah, you know, things are just, you know when it's bad when, like, you're pushed on T apartments like that, and you have the CTs that are pushing down T ramp on you, right? Like, this is just, these guys are just oozing with confidence right now, and they're just sitting, they're able to find these kills. Even Hex just able to get this one is great. Slack should be able to find this duel, possibly, but actually, he does get caught here. So yeah, Sin with 9, Slacks with 2. This is not that great here, because Swisher's the only one out of the M80 squad that is full HP. So Outfit 49 might actually have themselves a bit of a chance here for this pistol.
Yeah, they want to chase these low HP players, but it's a double pit setup with no nade to deal with them. So it's going to be Sin to take that first contact, and Sin to be that snake in the grass to pounce right after. You've got a late activation from Swisher available as well. So Sin does hit the deck, isn't able to actually deal out any damage, but here comes that double pit setup that they could actually activate here. Head spotted, but not converted, and Marek will be there. It leaves Swisher to the 1v2. Tap on, but it's not the full committal. Marek will fight, and Marek will win. Outfit 49 rather, live to fight another day and nab themselves another pistol.
Okay. Not bad at all. And I mean, you know, it's funny because like M80 were the ones that were kind of, you know, setting a big pace and changing the tempo. They were the ones that putting full aggression, and it didn't work out as much as I thought it was going to, right? I thought that was going to be actually a very different circumstance, but good for Outfit 49. They were kind of expecting something aggressive. They actually react to it not too bad, considering M80 just kind of full sended it, but either way, MP9 is going to be joined with this. The armor's ready to go, and Outfit 49 now fully ready to go with rifles. Not even a MAC-10. They don't want any sort of an option like that. They just want to go with the heavy-hitting weapons as much as possible. And M80 now put themselves in a 4-player lean on this A side, leaving just Sin by himself to lock it here for the B side. And Outfit 49 now, they're not really using a lot of utility. They're just trying to look for information dry. They're just trying to see what they can get away with. And this mid-control bracket is going to be up for grabs if they choose to here, Paladin, which is interesting because M80, they're just going for a nice little bit of a double-player stack on both sides here in the A side.
Yeah, the reason why is that you can use it as a gamble stack to initially start off this force buy, and if it fails, you know, that one player in Sin doesn't get anything or doesn't make it a feasible retake, then you can have another bite at the cherry in just a little bit. We'll see what the spam can do. Does some significant damage. Finds another dink, but again, this is all unconfirmed. Swisher will confirm one kill, though. And that makes things a little interesting. 6-6 on a potential lurk path here. That gives a little bit of an opening. Oh my goodness! That's an opening and a half for M80. Straight through the smoke goes Swisher. And now that they know there's only one player left on the site as 6-6 tries to go bounding back in, they have a chance at a retake here. Re-smoke back into Banana. A little bit of a gap here for 6-6 and Honest, but now they can get on the bomb. No kit though. It means a 10-second defuse means that Swisher's got to do all the heavy lifting, and he absolutely will. Hex just should have time here, and an unlikely force by victory for M80, I like to think. And yes, they have it just at the nick of time. And that's the individual brilliance that M80 can pull off.
Yeah, and honestly, just when you're thinking, you know, it's looking pretty good for Outfit 49, it just they get kicked to the curb again, man. And that's where we talk about the level of play from a team like M80. And honestly, Swisher, he's just having himself a great game, like sitting at an 18-8. he has really just stepped things up very, very well for M80. He's putting himself almost in territory for the 20 frags, which is a huge thing, which we don't always get to see from Swisher, right? That's not usually his role to be the heavy fragger. But right now, he is just, you know, taking any big of a bite here, and he's just able to get a full meal out of these guys. And right now, again, the Deagles and Mac 10, you know, they're all just kind of being circulated here for the T side. And this round 15, you know, it looks good on paper here for M80 to be able to find themselves in 11th round to get this thing closed off.
Poison Chalice situation here for Outfit 49. Either you force buy, you potentially give 12 over, you save, and you give 11. Either circumstance is not mighty fun. KM and Otis chime in for a couple, but it's all just for show. Sin and Slacks are here. Mark will find one more, and he does have a free path to a bomb plant. He will spam that smoke, you'd like to think. He's going to wait for that spam, which is a smart decision. He'll fake it. He'll fake it all the way through to see if the player walks through, and he does, but he doesn't catch the other end of the smoke. And that's to his own demise. Sin will capitalize on the 5-7, and the force buy is neutralized.
Oh, what now though, Paladin? I mean, this is where I'm just kind of, I'm scratching my head a little bit here for Outfit 49. It just feels like, you know, what else can they really do on this? I mean, they're going to go for Deegs. They're not really putting any utility, actually zero utility at all on this round. So this is just, I think, them hoping firepower alone is going to be able to allow them to grab something in this, but it just hasn't been the case. And even looking now, Swisher's starting to get a little bit more hungry here. He's still looking for a couple extra kills if he can. He's already pushed down Banana on this. Now you can see that Sin's going to be able to join him. He's just causing a good distraction onto this. And Swisher does find the timing, man, and he's able to get that kill so easily and without any sort of a punishment here. And Outfit 49, again, backs are on the board.
Yeah, not much to really write home about in this one, but again, it's a very awkward situation where you don't really have any inroads anywhere. You're playing to M80's game regardless of what happened. Is finally they have a chance to pounce, but Swisher still finds a double. Just 6-6 left at the bottom of T-steps, hoping that he can catch a straggling CT. He'll make his way out as soon as this one fades, but the damage is already done. Lake shows face. Now Sin will as well. Oh, pre-fire's just slightly off the mark. Crosshairs just above the head. And M80 get themselves match point here in stage 1 of the ESL Pro League closed qualifiers. And we weren't going to ever paint an easy picture for Outfit 49, but unfortunately, I haven't even been close to jumping over the first hurdle, Laz.
Yeah, honestly, that's exactly true. It just, we were kind of, you know, a little bit optimistic to see what Outfit 49 can really be able to do onto this, but I mean, it's been tough. I mean, but you also got dealt a really bad hand. You're playing one of the best teams in the region, so I mean, for them, it was going to be an uphill climb. It was going to be a difficult one for sure, but it's not over yet, of course. And I mean, a kill like that is definitely going to be able to allow more of a conversation if they can continue themselves in this game. And Sin's blind. He just can't be able to find anything. But just like that, Hex is able to find a double kill. In a moment like this in Paladin, it's looking like it's all over. It's down to Bezzy, the one that's been able to showcase us some great shots with the AWP. But now he's tasked with a 1-on-3. When a minute and 10, he has to pick up the bomb in sight. This is just looking bad. And there it is. M80 will be able to secure 2-0 in convincing fashion.
Yeah, they had a little bit of luck go their way here and there, but M80 still shows that they're the dominant team in this competition. This qualifier is supposed to be a walk in the park, and they showcase why that is the case. It's just fantastic.